Welcome to the realm of intoxicating flavors and head-banging beer reviews.
To celebrate the end of dry January, I figured I'd get in a non-alcoholic beer. What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti. It's the last day of dry January, January 31st. And like I said, I'm going to do a non-alcoholic beer to celebrate the end of dry January. So this beer right here is the Athletic Brewing Company's Run Wild IPA. It comes in at 0.5% ABV, 35 IBUs. Athletic Brewing Company's out of Milford, Connecticut, and this is supposedly a session IPA. Now, I have had some Athletics before. A good friend of mine, Cody, hasn't drank beer in a long, long time, but he does enjoy going to the bars with everybody and having some non-alcoholics. And he seems to really enjoy some of these Athletics. And on tour, we had a bunch of them. And one night, one of the other guys on the tour grabbed a beer, was drinking it. I walked in the room, was like, "Why are you drinking a non-alcoholic beer?" And he said, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Dude, look at that can. It's non-alcoholic beer." And he was drinking one of the Athletics. He had no idea it was non-alcoholic, and he got through half the can before I even said anything. Which is pretty good to see somebody just grab a beer randomly, not know it's non-alcoholic, and not even realize it while they're drinking it. Hopefully this beer is the same. So like I said, this is the Athletic Brewing Run Wild IPA. Kind of a generic basic can there. On the back here it says, per 12 fluid ounce, average analysis. 65 calories, carbohydrates 14 grams, less than 1 gram of protein, no grams of fat. Water, malted barley, oats, hops, wheat, and yeast. At Athletic Brewing Company, we are pioneering a craft brew revolution, which is pretty true. We believe you shouldn't have to sacrifice your ability to be at your best to enjoy great brews. So we created our innovative lineup of refreshing, non-alcoholic craft brews. Like I said, near beer contains less than 0.5% alcohol by volume. Athletic Brewing Company, Milford, Connecticut, and San Diego, California. I thought they were out of San Diego, but Untappd said Milford. I didn't realize I had 2 breweries now. Giving back up to $2 million annually to restore local trails. That's pretty cool. Not much else on the can. Canned on date here. Packed on 10/30/2024. So October 30th, January 30th, 31st. So not too particularly old. I paid $2.49 for this can. And let's get into it. I was quite shocked because on Untappd, it has 31,000 check-ins for an average score of 3.37. I'd have never guessed that a non-alcoholic beer that is relatively new, because this company hasn't been around all that long, would have that many check-ins on Untappd. Beer Advocate, surprisingly, it got an 85 good with 241 check-ins. And you know, if you're familiar with beers and Beer Advocate's quite fickle with their beers. So to get an 85 good, it's a good indication this isn't a bad beer. Let's get a nose on it. It's got that grassy IPA smell. A little grassy, a little fresh citrus. Smells pretty inviting. As far as color, carbonation in there. You can kind of see through that beer. That's probably, let's look at my SRM chart here. That's probably about a 3 on my SRM chart. Nice color there. Had about a pinky's worth of nice fizzy head. Isn't really going anywhere. Yeah, that really smells nice. And again, this is supposed to be a session IPA. I would believe it from the smell. Just nice, grassy, citrusy smell. Smells real inviting. Let's find out. Cheers, everybody. For a non-alcoholic beer, it does have more of a body than most of the non-alcoholic beers I've had. It's still light-bodied. You get some nice citrus, a little bit of bitterness. But it does have a little bit of that carbonated water kind of flavor, that carbonated flavor. If you've had like a really highly carbonated water, like lots of gas in it, it does have a little bit of that carbonation flavor. But citrusy, I mean, the citrusy is mild. A little bit of like, hop bitterness. And again, it's light bodied. But it is tasty. I mean, if you handed this to me, I don't know that I would know it's non-alcoholic. I would know it's a lower alcoholic beer. I would know the alcohol is low. I'd definitely guess under 5%. But I don't know that I would guess this is a non-alcoholic. I mean, I could happily enjoy this beer and be quite fine with it. Athletic Brewing, $2.49 a can. If I was going to drink non-alcoholic beers, your Run Wild IPA would probably be one of my go-tos. I mean, it's a nice session IPA. If I wanted something with just like the nice IPA flavor, like session IPA, almost pale ale-ish, this is a nice beer. I mean, this is a good beer. I'd give this a horns up. If you're looking for a good non-alcoholic beer, definitely check out Athletic Brewing. Check out the Run Wild IPA. It's a nice session IPA. It's pretty tasty. Again, it's light-bodied, little bit of a lighter body for an IPA. This is a good beer. I really enjoy this. Definitely have to try some more of the NA beers from Athletic Brewing. Since it is the end of Dry January, did you participate in Dry January? If you did, what was your favorite NA beer? Like, what was your go-to beer if you were drinking NA beers as part of Dry January? NA beers are an adventurous thing, and Athletic's one of the newer ones on the scene. And as always, embrace the adventure.